What's poppin', everybody? My name is Clifton Gregory Shackelford. People in Texas call me Clifton. My mama called me Gregory. And my friends from the 219, Gary, Indiana, call me Shaq. From Gary, Indiana, born and raised, heart of steel, baby. Okay? Heart of steel. I graduated from Horseman High School in 1979, left and went off to the military. Now I reside in Dallas, Cedar Hill, Texas. And just wanted to give you a little information about who I am. And I will get into this video about why we are here. Now, quick update for those of you who have family and loved ones down here in the Texas area. We got hit pretty hard last week. Okay. And this is one of the events that pushed me and some other Gary people to form this. And I'll get into that in a moment. But there were three events that led to this Facebook group. The Facebook group is called 219, The Family Hustle. Now, we had changed the name. Facebook wouldn't let me put it up until, I had a name. So, hey, I jacked it from T.I. and Tiny. We slept in the car on Monday night because these people were just lying that the power would be back on. So we were displaced. We were at my wife's sister's home, Karen Modkins McCoy, down here in Cedar Hill, Dallas, Texas. Thank you for opening up your home to us. Because it would have been 3-4 days of being in that car. It was horrible. No gas. ATMs were out. And of course, the Texans don't know how to drive in the damn snow. I was out driving in it for the 3 days going to get supplies and whatnot. You know what we call that in Gary, Indiana? April. Okay, get the hell out of here. That's clearing up. But that was one event. The second event that pushed us to get this, Debbie and Vicky Matthews. Now, it was Debbie Matthews Love and Vicky Matthews Ship. The passing of their brother, Emmett Spooky Matthews, man. Normally, we would have that on our Gary Horseman Class of 1979 webpage, but that brother was family. I didn't really know him. Heard the name Spooky, but I didn't really know him. But it's a lot of people I don't know, but they're from Gary. And that's all that matters. So that's the introduction. That's why we're here. That's what went down in Texas. Of course, everything a week later, 70 damn degrees, but that's what that is. But yeah, Debbie Matthews, Vicky Matthews, man, lost their brother. Again, I didn't know the brother, but he still feel like family to me. Still feel like family to me. The third thing was Sherilyn Woodard's daughter down in Katy, Texas. Okay. Her pipes burst. I think water and whatnot ran into 3 rooms. That girl lost everything. She has kids. She's from Gary. So if she's in Katy, Texas, who's in Houston that's from Gary that could help her? Now, we ain't looking for, it's called the Family Hustle, but it's called the Family Hustle because we hustling backwards. All our information from Gary people is on all different kinds of websites. This website is to bring it all together, okay? But her daughter needs help. And help is not always monetary. Resources are not always monetary. Found that out when the power went out. It's not always about money. So these are the 3 things that led us to start trying to pull together this Facebook group. Again, 219, The Family Hustle. And I know if you're from Gary and you're watching this, I'm formally talking in a horseman type thing of people that I know. I know a lot of people in Gary, but the people that I see that I've known since I was 10, 11, 12, 15, 16 years old. And Net Webb Mathis. I think that's Net's last name. But yeah, when she is out there riding her bike and whatnot with her family and her friends and whatnot, I love seeing that. I love when Joyce Watson is having great accomplishments in her field, and even when she goes out to party, I don't, so I live vicariously through her. Okay, Teresa Richards, Skeeta. Okay, girl, fly all over the damn place. Teresa, you ain't got no job. Girl, you be rolling like you hit the lottery and ain't told nobody. But I love to see that. But we also would like to know when you need some help. When your proud, independent Gary, Indiana ass needs some help. See, I'm solid. I was raised by the men of Gary, Indiana. I got a heart of steel. But when that moment came, I had to humble myself and ask somebody for help. Nothing wrong with it. You know, it's a Gary, Indiana thing and it's a Capricorn thing. But I had to humble myself, you know? But yeah, you have people that were everywhere, Georgia, California. And what we want to do now is put everybody in one place. This is the reason for this page, okay? We want to be able to assist each other in times of need. The good times are great, yeah. But when you're going through trouble, and if you have empathy and compassion, again, this ain't for no crooks and you know, hustlers and whatnot. Not like that. The reason it's called the family hustle because we've been hustling backwards from the giddy up, Gary, Indiana. Now you can check in on our page and let people know that you're okay. Or you could check in and let them know that you saw somebody else and that they're okay. That's why we're here. Now, we would like for you to, again, go to Facebook, 219 The Family Hustle, and check it out. Again, we want to see your triumphs and accomplishments, man. But when you need some help, I don't mind helping. $1, $5, $10, whatever. I got to help. This ain't no swindle. This ain't none of that. You realize when that storm hit, how many folk don't really know their neighbors? We were like that when we was growing up in Gary. You knew everybody on the block, 2 blocks over, 4 blocks up. Now you don't know the person next door, the person upstairs. You're in an apartment. You don't know nobody. We're all so displaced. So what we want to do is create a virtual community of a community we already have. Everybody has their own page. Lisa Clanton Tillman, Kevin Felder, Nook, former Dallas City Council member. And he's now the president of the Dallas NAACP. Gary, Indiana, Horseman High School. Paul Smith, Joyce Watson in Macon, Georgia. Pamela Charmaine Johnson Jolly down there in Georgia. Just a list of people that I love seeing. The Bullocks, the Ballards, the Petersons, okay? The Perkins brothers, Louise Perkins, my classmate. Again, these are people in my neighborhood, but I'm talking about Gary all over. I just watched this little show. Don't know if you are aware of it. It's a show that it's on. You got to go to YouTube to catch it. From Vice TV, the last week of high school in Gary, Indiana. Very interesting. Out there, the Wirt Emerson School, now they're calling it, out at the beach. They went through there last week. They went to their prom. It ain't nothing like when we was doing it. And I had to stop it at the end. When they were at the beach, they had their bonfire at night. See Chicago all lit up. It's beautiful. Then they went to the bathhouse. Okay. And the youngster talking about this our spot. We own that. And I broke out laughing. Youngster, you don't know nothing about the bathhouse. See, the beach in Gary, Indiana is not what it was when we were coming along. And I had this discussion years ago with a guy. His girlfriend was from Gary, Indiana, way younger than me. But we got to talking. He's from LA. And the thing of it being, he broke and said, man, why y'all always talking about Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana, crap. Ain't nothing out of that dusty one but Michael Jackson, wooda wooda. But I had to explain to him, those aren't my memories, fam. I came up in the 70s, player. Gary, Indiana was booming. When you went out there to the lake mine, when you went to drill team, Gary was different. That's my memory. And the people that I see today on Facebook, I thank God for Facebook. I get to see a lot of people. And the reason I mentioned Annette Webb, if you're watching this, Annette Webb, Annette Mathis, I'm sorry, Annette. Tell Janet I said hi. Yeah, you put up the thing with Elaine Williams, and a flood of memories came back. And I want to thank you for that, Annette Webb Mathis. Yeah, I told a story on Facebook. We were looking for Joe Patrick, Horseman High School, okay. But had anyone heard from Joe Patrick? And then there was Elaine. Me, Joe Patrick, Elaine, and Elaine's sister Rita went to a Parliament concert in Soldier Field in Chicago. I was 17. Today I'm 60. I still have that memory. I love Elaine as if my mom bore her herself. Memories. And now I find out she lives in the Dallas area. And if Elaine needed some help, I ain't seen this girl in over 40 years. And I would still reach out to help her if I could. If there was anything I could do for her, because she family to me. And that's what this is. Do your page, your Facebook page, and then come over to the 219, the Family Hustle page, and put up your accomplishments and your triumphs and your achievements. But when you need some help, reach out so that there's somebody in your area who know. I done helped people on the street that I ran up on in Dallas. And you would be talking and be like, well, no. And then you'll say, well, you're not from here. No, I'm from a place called Gary, Indiana. Well, I'm from Gary. Then we start talking. I help them do anything. Now, you ain't finna run the Joe Louis on me, fam. Stick me till I bleed, okay? No disrespect, Christians. Cover your ears. I know Gary niggas, okay? Hell, I'm a Gary nigga. I don't mean that disrespectfully. But this group page on Facebook, it's for us to start helping each other. Someone told Cheryl Woodard that now that FEMA was given the money, that her daughter could take down her GoFundMe page. Who in the hell are you to tell anyone what they should be doing while you got your feet propped up at home, eating Bluebell ice cream, watching a movie on your 70-inch television? This young lady lost everything. And you gonna tell somebody that they can take it down because FEMA is gonna send some money. Look what happened here in Texas. These people have no idea what they doing. Stay out of folk business. I bet you didn't send her any resources, but you told her to take down what resource she had, what channel she had. See, God is the source. Everything else is a channel. Bless your channel, praise your source. Your job ain't nothing but a channel, but that's something else. All right. Everybody got a Facebook page. We have a few different ones. Gary, Indiana, in Dallas, people that live other places. But you heard what the grandmama said on Soul Food, that we all right here. But if we became that mighty fist, we could strike a mighty blow.
Now I'm gonna tell you something. One finger pointing the blame don't make no impact. But you ball up all them fingers into a mighty fist and you can strike a mighty blow.
See, we resilient people in Gary, Indiana. Ever go to a reunion at Horseman High School? That's family. That's love, kinfolk. That's love, fam. Everybody go through some things, you know. Everybody. We know that. Pamela Charmaine Johnson Jolly down there in Georgia. Known her since I was 10 or 11 years old. Her sister, Donna Johnson, passed away years ago. But I remember Lil Monty, her baby, before I moved to Texas in 85. And now to see the pictures of where this kid is with their own kids today. Charmaine's son, Lil Larry. It's amazing to see them today. So don't think I'm weird because I say I love you and this, that, and the third. That's just moi, okay? If you from Gary, I love you. Anything I can do to help. Anything I can do to help. You ain't gonna play me. I ain't stupid, okay? I know Gary, okay? But we want you to join this page. If you are from Gary, Indiana, okay? We want you to join this page. Told you how people see Gary. That's not my memory, fam. My memory is driving my own man's Lincoln Continental down 12 and 20 going to the beach. It's July 4th and it's 82 degrees outside. Or going to Gilroy Stadium and see Chic in concert. Okay. Now we're going to have a couple of questions up, all right, to find out if you're from Gary. Here's one question. See, I like to go back sometimes. Sometimes you got to take them back. It's lunchtime. You're at Horseman High School, right? Let's say I came out in 79, so let's bag it up. Let's say it's 76, my sophomore year, all right? And I tell you, well, man, I got $10, and for lunch, I want a bunny girl. Where am I going? You don't know that. You ain't us, fam. Me and the homeboys, we came to make noise from Gary, Indiana to Chicago, Illinois. Fat blunts and our women are fine. That's how you chilling when you living in the 219. This is family. If you ain't family, don't come here. We don't want everybody. We don't want everybody. Look at your morning breakfast. See, we want the committed. If you want here to run scams or run hustles and backstab this, that, and the third, no. If you promoting the product, fine. Whatever you pushing. If you from Gary, you're in. But that's what this is for. We want the committed. Consider your morning breakfast. Look at the plate. Bacon and eggs. Sausage and eggs. Sausage and ham. That chicken contributed to your morning breakfast. But that damn pig was committed. Be the pig. Okay, be the pig. I'm 60 years old. What am I going to do with the time that I have left? I would love to spend it with more of my family from Gary. Because I'm not from Dallas, Texas. I don't have memories rooted here. Two people over the last 60 days have made a profound impact on my life through Facebook. One is my cousin, Leela Schuler, my grandmother's sister's daughter. Love Leela. This is amazing. She sent me photos that I had not seen of my great-grandparents, uncles and whatnot back in the day, mine. Family. And then Annette Webb Mathis asked about Lil Joe Patrick. Flood of memories. Lil Joe was my boy. And wherever he is, Lil Joe, I hope you swinging, fam. I hope God just raining blessings down on you. But when you're in trouble, Gary, Indiana, we want a place for you to be able to come reach out. We want a place for you to be able to check in if you're in a place that's a disaster area. You may not have physical family there, but we're trying to create a virtual family here. And it's family over everything. I like helping people, but I'm going to help family first. That means my immediate family, my brother, Big Shaq, he a nut, but you know, Shaq, you know, and my Gary, Indiana family. What if you need help? And again, I know you're strong, independent, Gary, Indiana. But sometimes you need help too. Now we have 5 admins for this page. Myself, Clifton Gregory Shackleford, William, Billy Bad, Billy Carter. Both of us are in Dallas. We have Pamela Charmaine Johnson Jolly, who's going to be an admin. She's down in the Atlanta, Georgia area. We have Sherilyn Woodard. I'm sorry, Dodie, I ain't write down your married last name. She's in Indianapolis. And then we have Vicky Matthews Ship in Gary. We can add more admins. That's not a problem. But what we want to accomplish here is to have our own virtual village. I don't care if you went to West Side, Roosevelt, New Wallace, Emerson, Andran, Tolliston. If you are from Gary, Indiana, you should be on this page. We want to know about you too. We want to know about your grandkids. We want to know all that. I see people that pop up on my page and whatnot. But what if we were all in one place? What if we was that mighty fist? That's the Gary I remember. I don't care where I go. I will outwork you. I will outpace you. And when you stop to take a break, I'm still rolling. I learned that in Gary, Indiana. You can't hold me down, fam. And you're that way too. But sometimes your ass needs some help. I'm Clifton Gregory Shackleford. My mama, Imogene Atkins, passed away October 9th, 2020. And that's why I felt the pain when Deb's brother, Spooky, Emmett Matthews, passed away. I love Deb. Deb has a beautiful heart, a beautiful spirit. And by loving Deb, I love Vicky. And by loving Vicky and not even knowing Emmett, Spooky Matthews, I love that brother too. He family to me. The old saying the guy said, hey man, I heard that dude's your stepbrother. He said, that nigga ain't my brother. I ain't open no gifts under the tree with him. What have I experienced with you? Elaine Williams, boy, where that memory come from? I've been thinking about that since NetWeb put that up. You just don't know how deep that touches me. That was a great day that we experienced. And on the 219, the family hustle, we want to experience your great days as well. And we also want to know when your proud, independent Gary, Indiana ass needs some help. Because if you have a daughter, whatever, that lives in the Dallas area, Dodie's daughter lives in the Houston area. If that girl was here, I'd gather up everything I got in my house that I don't need or don't use anymore and give to that child. I love Dodie. Graduated with Dodie. Went to prom with Dodie. So I love Dodie's children too. Weird, huh? Maybe I'm just a sucker, huh? But I know you ain't got much time. Use the time you have left to help those who were a great part of your life. That memory with Elaine, mine, I'll probably go to the grave thinking about that 2 or 3 times a week. Gary, Indiana, baby. See, people look down on Gary because what Gary is today. You don't know Gary, player. You know what you heard. Michael Jackson ain't all we got. Michael Jackson is just a sample to you lames of what we got going on in Gary, Indiana. You ever heard of twins is the new trend? Love them youngsters. Gary, Indiana. Look them up on YouTube. We Gary, Indiana. The 219, the Family Hustle. We're trying to create to be our new Gary, Indiana family home. You can check in when things are going wrong. If you need to reach out to just, hell, talk to somebody, I'll listen to you. That's what most of us need anyway, is to unload a lot of stuff. But at least we can talk here where we understand each other, because where we all live now, California, Florida, Georgia, Michigan, Minnesota, wherever we are, we still family, fam. We still family. So we're asking you to join the page. Go to Facebook. Go to 219 The Family Hustle. But you got to answer some questions. It's members only. Where would I go get a bunny girl? You should know the answer to that. Gary, Indiana. Heart of steel. I love you, baby. Gary, Indiana made me the man that I am. Again, we don't want everybody. We want the committed. If you're here to help, to show compassion for a fellow family member, and I don't care that I don't know you. Again, I ain't no damn fool either, okay? But no, this isn't what this is. We've been hustling backwards. Thank all of you who shouted out to us while we were down here going through it. Rough for them. I'm a Gary. Okay. I'm out riding around in it. Again, it's April to me. To the Matthews family. Debbie, Vicky, and the entire Matthews family. My deepest condolences. My deepest, sincere, heartfelt pain for you and your family. You can go on to I'll put it up on this page as well, but you can go on to the Gary Horseman Class of 79 page and see the funeral services for Spooky Mine. Emmett Matthews. Hanging out back there with Gaylord and Harold Ballard now. You ain't from Gary, Indiana, from the 70s. Your ass might not never know nothing about them days, baby. But anyway, go check out the page. Please join. Please tell other Gary, Indiana people about the page. You have your own page, but how many pages of different people from Gary, Indiana do we have? We want a page that's going to strike a mighty blow. Boom. It's Gary, Indiana. Like I ran up on, this is my thing and I'm out. I ran up on this lady at Walmart Saturday after all the snow was over, right? Had on a Chicago Bear jacket. And so she comes up, she says, "Oh, are you from Chicago?" I said, "No, I'm from Gary, Indiana." She's like, "Oh," because I've had people do that before. "Oh, hoity-toity, because you from Chicago." Please. Okay. I said, "Well, ma'am," I said, "think of it like this. You live here in Dallas. Are you a Bears fan?" "Oh, yeah, I love the Bears." All right, think of this. Would you rather watch the Bears at home when they're playing Dallas? Or would you rather at least be in the parking lot at a tailgate party? She said, I would probably rather be at the tailgate party. I said, exactly. That's Gary, Indiana. We ain't Chicago, but we damn close. All right? Gary, Indiana, I love you, baby. Forever and always. What are you going to do with the time that you have left? I love you. Peace. Stay strong.
Station.
What are you going to do with the time you have left? What are you going to do with the time you have left? I say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life. If you don't know what time it is, time will get away from you and you won't know where it went. The worst thing in life is not money getting away from you. It's not people getting away from you. It's time. Where did it go? I am my parents' age. My mother was sitting up talking with her sisters several years ago, and they were sitting up and they were drinking some coffee, and they said, girl, where are all the old people? Said, where's Miss Susie and Miss Helen and Miss Reggie Mae and all the old people? And I was sitting over there thinking, y'all are the old people now. And before I could get through thinking it, they were gone. And my hair was white. And my afro was gone. What are you going to do with the time you have left?